an assignment.
Here's our assignment to do a podcast. Here we go.
Welcome to the Take a Listing Today podcast, where our hosts Jim Studebaker and Todd Robertson give you strategies to get you out of the office right now, so you can take a new listing today. And now, here's Jim and Todd.
Yes, here we are, Jim and Todd with the Take a Listing Today podcast.
Yes.
You done clicking over there?
Was my hand in front of the hole?
Oh boy, yeah.
You'd think after 128 shows we would know what we're doing here, but maybe not.
Yeah.
We're actually going backward.
All right. I'm Jim, Todd,
This is Lisa.
Yeah, okay. All right.
And we hope you stay with us throughout the whole episode today.
Because it only gets better or downhill depending on how the script goes. The
Some
script
shows can get squirrely and crazy.
This has been unrehearsed, so we don't know what's going to happen. So here we go.
But you are in for a treat.
You are in for a treat, that's for sure. It is show 128, and we're going to talk about how to network your way to more real estate listings. So if you want more real estate listings, this might be a good show to watch. So here we go. Here goes nothing. Interacting with others to exchange information and develop professional contacts is the ideal real estate lead generation technique, especially if you happen to have a gregarious, outgoing personality. Then networking could be the goldmine of your business. Even agents who are more introverted can benefit from networking, not only by exposing their brands to more potential clients, but by building social skills as well.
And I love that. And you know what I've noticed working with realtors for all these years that we have? I think there's basically two types, okay? Knowing our title here. There's realtors that network beyond belief, and they're great at it. They don't prospect, do cold calls, but they do some postcard campaigns. And then there's the other ones that are the prospecting, put on the headset and grind.
Right.
But the best are the versatile ones who could combine both of those.
Right.
Then you can really take over the world, the versatile agent.
Well, and I think that anytime you're in a niche of any sort, I don't care what business it is, and businesses are so niched out now. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's amazing. You can find a group on Facebook for anything, any type of little niche-y business. But in real estate, this is a niche business. Getting around your people. And I mean, that's one type of network we're talking about here, but we're also talking about networking in a way where you're getting in front of potential customers or clients. But getting around your people, not only is there a potential to build your business, but there's also the ability to learn things you would not learn otherwise. So I think there's a power to getting out there and connecting people. I mean, how often are you out at an event, whether it's a party, a gathering, whatever, where you don't walk away with some little tidbit of knowledge or something new that you've learned? I mean, it could be very small, but every time you interact with people, you have that opportunity to take away some little new nugget of information that could be valuable to you or your business.
Great point.
So it's just another opportunity, another way to do that.
Yep.
Get out and talk to people. I'm an introvert, I'm sure you can tell.
Yeah, and not on Tuesdays or during the show, should not.
That's the other personality. That's Lisa, producer, taking it.
Oh, okay.
This is the Lisa after a couple cocktails that we have at our pre-show meeting, right?
Yeah.
No.
Well, that was last night in the yacht club.
Right.
I thought.
It's just water. But
Sure it is.
anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on. Networking opportunities are everywhere. Any event that brings people together provides a golden networking opportunity. Here are some of the more common events that you may want to attend. How about charity events, school events, and civic club events like the Rotary and Lions Club? Don't forget your alumni events and community events and local sporting events. Both professional and school-aged athletes, Pop Warner, Little League, youth soccer leagues, things like that. Another option would be to create your own event. How about a client appreciation event that you organize? In reality, any event or any time a group of people is gathered can be considered a networking opportunity.
And you know what? So I have a few friends, right, throughout the country who just operate like this. Mm-hmm. They do postcards. They don't do any prospecting. And it's so good. And they've been doing just this way for so long, they can't go into any restaurant. I shouldn't say any, but in their little city, probably 95%. And if you go out with them, oh my gosh, how you doing? So it's neat to see. And it's like, wow, she worked it. Exactly what's going on here.
Now, is the people that doing this, are they primarily going to events that are already established, or are they creating some of their own events? Or are they doing both?
Both. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because I love the idea of creating your own events, because it could be something as simple as put on a local Facebook group that you're going to meet for coffee every Friday at noon to discuss whatever the topic could be. Maybe it's a certain hobby, or who knows?
Right.
Who knows? People will show up. And
but you're right. Some people don't have the personality for this, but you have to have that personality to go to those events, to mingle, to socialize. So it's an option.
Right. Now, in addition to going out there and being among the people, there's also some online networking opportunities. It presents the perfect solution for the agent who is somewhat shy. I mean, like you and I were very shy when we were selling real estates, but they didn't have online networking back then. So
so we had to go knock on doors and cold call.
Exactly. You just had to be out there.
Behind a bush.
It's also a must-add to any agent's in-person networking calendar. Now, 3 of the best social media platforms for online networking for real estate agents include Facebook groups, LinkedIn, and Nextdoor. Now, Facebook has tons of groups that you can join, including real estate groups and neighborhood groups, all of which I hope you have investigated. If not, start doing that today. Also, look for groups that aren't associated with real estate. What are your hobbies or interests? Find some groups on those topics as well. Now, using these groups for networking doesn't mean you should spam people with your listings. We've all taken part in groups on social media sites or comments on social media where people are using the space to sell something of their own instead of truly commenting or being part of the conversation.
Which becomes a turnoff. Yeah,
it is. Totally. It's annoying and no way to meet new people and build trust.
You know, I love the idea of picking a hobby or an interest that you have, whether it's knitting. I mean, I don't care what it is. There's a group out there on Facebook.
We're totally into
Your
that.
people are out there on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, that are into whatever that thing is. And you get in there and start to get to know these people and comment on the comments they leave or the posts that they leave. And, a subtle way, and I think we talk about it in this podcast, a subtle way to get out there what you do for a living is maybe part of your username is real estate agent master or
Sandy real estate agent or something.
Right. So people see it in your title. They know who you are.
Smart.
And I would imagine it's only a matter of time before that can come into the conversation somehow, no matter what.
Right. And the people start friending each other, start becoming friends outside of that. Right. Cool.
All right. So where am I here?
Be sociable.
Oh, be sociable. Yes. Be sociable. Respond and like other people's posts and engage consistently. Thanks for keeping me on track, Lisa.
Yeah,
she was helping you be more sociable.
Yeah. There are subtle ways of letting your followers know that you're a real estate agent, like having it in your user title.
Like I was just saying, yeah.
Yeah, but avoid being salesy. We don't want to be salesy being a salesman, right?
Correct.
All right. Another way to network and meet new potential clients that is to volunteer states.
Oh, she did it again. She got you? Read it. Let's hear it.
States Bet T. Rubble from Realtor.com.
She got you.
I wonder if that's like Bette Midler,
They might be related, actually.
Do you think T is a second name? Like she remarried or she kept her first
like
name?
Hillary
like
Rodham.
Name? Yeah, Hillary Rodham. Yeah. Something like that.
Same thing.
Well, I think her husband is Mr. T, so...
Oh, that guy?
And Rubble is like maybe a maiden name. Bette T. Rubble. I get it.
Okay.
All right. Very clever, Lisa.
To be considered.
The area real estate expert takes massive exposure to your brand and getting to know as many people as possible. One of the best and most rewarding ways of getting this exposure is through volunteering. Consider volunteering at civic clubs, schools and churches, nonprofits, community youth athletic teams, the Humane Society, food banks, and find a cause that you are passionate about.
Well, and I love that. It kind of ties into what you just said, though. Volunteering is great because it's great for the soul, and it's everybody should have a cause. So it's great for that, and then indirectly they'll get some leads and some networking from it.
Right.
So there's a lot of
what you get from that is so much more than you will ever give, and you don't realize it until you get involved and do it. But and if you say, "Oh, I'm too busy, I'm way too busy, too busy," there are things that you can do that are only quarterly.
Once a month, yeah.
Around Thanksgiving, people do things that maybe it's just that time of year, or when there's certain holidays, you're going over to the food bank and you're helping prepare the meal, or you're at least delivering things to the food bank. Something where you're getting around other people. You're doing something where you're giving back. Yeah, it is totally a win. And there's a million different options for volunteering.
Right.
If you don't like anything we've talked about, geez, just start looking. I think we even give a couple websites to go to. You will find something you are passionate about, and there will be a way to volunteer with it.
Exactly.
So.
These websites like Volunteer Match. Is that a T? Volunteer Match?
Now, is that a dating site or is that
Match you with other volunteers.
yeah. Any other single volunteers that meet my criteria? Oh.
United Way, Points of Light, and Score. Is that a dating site?
We should ask the cowboy. He might know.
Or Google volunteer opportunities in your town. Here's our last, thankfully, and final thought. The fortune truly is in the follow-up. It's vital to get as much information as possible from the people you meet while networking. Aside from volunteering, what do they enjoy doing in their spare time? What do they do for a living? Where are they originally from? You may want to spread these information gathering questions over time so you don't come off as creepy.
Well, and the nice thing is...
Important tip there. Don't forget that one.
Don't be creepy. Yeah, try not to be creepy when you're volunteering, okay? I don't know why we had to put that in there.
Well, I thought my own volunteer match, I was here for a date. Wait a minute.
They don't need me anymore.
Right.
It's so weird.
Only you would go there, Lisa. Okay. Get all this information into your CRM as soon as possible so that you don't forget it. Now you have what you need to follow up with people.
Well, and what's nice, I was thinking as you're going through this, a lot of these people are going to become friends outside of this.
Of course.
And that's some great magic of it. That's a
Totally.
benefit that we don't even think about. That's better for the human soul, the spirit. And of course, we have friends that are in business. We're going to want to use our friends.
Right. Yep.
So great topic.
Great talk.
What was the name of that person
And I really
again?
appreciate Bet T. Rubble contributing to today's show. We really appreciate that.
This is the fun part of our show now.
Yes, this is the fun part, not these names. It is where we go through some postcards provided to us by ProspectsPLUS.com, and Todd pulls one out of random, and we call them out of the blue and see what happens. Who do we have today?
We have Carolyn. Oh.
And what did Carolyn do?
Carolyn looks like she's from the great state of Maryland. Carolyn sent out a just sold.
Carolyn from Maryland.
Carolyn from Maryland.
I like it.
A nice, clean, simple postcard. I like it. It's not overly busy.
Mm-hmm.
Look how simple
Beautiful.
and clean that is.
Is that the house she sold on the front there? I didn't see that.
Yes. They should have cleaned up that side of it,
Nice
but
looking. Yeah.
Well, it is what it is.
reality is
Are you
reality.
going to surprise them when the buyers show up? Wait a minute, I didn't know it looked like this.
Right. Well, it's kind of like the photo. People talk about the photo, and somebody said once, because somebody used the Glamour Shots photo from 17 years ago.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And they showed up, and they're like, and they opened the door, and they got
that you?
scared. They're
I'm
like,
looking for your daughter.
Wait a minute, you don't look like
no,
that.
they got scared. They're like, why'd they send the ugly sister? Yeah. So here's Carolyn.
See, that's funny, right?
Come on, that's
Not to
funny.
the realtor.
Well,
We're going to give Carolyn.
the truth hurts sometimes. Sorry.
Carolyn is a great photo. I love her postcard. And 443
Okay.
504 3185.
If you hear a little background, ladies and gentlemen, it is pouring down rain outside the Take a Listening Today studios. I know the beach here looks beautiful.
The beach is fine.
But not far. It's pouring down rain.
Yeah,
So if you
where
hear
I'm
something
at,
in the
in the
background.
studio, in the dark dungeon, that's where it's
Yes.
raining.
Lisa has that.
Hello?
Carolyn.
Hey, Carolyn, this is Jim and Todd and Lisa. We're calling live from the Take a Listening Today podcast, and we're calling on behalf of ProspectsPLUS.com. You know that fine company?
Yes, I do.
Well, they gave us a postcard that you recently mailed out. It looks like it just sold over on Slimar Drive.
Yes, it's a great looking card, by the way. So we're sitting here in the podcast, and here's our objective. We just wanted to find out about your campaign and ask you a couple questions, and then give you a chance to win a $100 gift card to almost anything on our website. Sound good?
Sure.
So tell us about this campaign. I like the simplicity of what you've done. It's not overly. A lot of people put too much stuff, and it's very simple. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So we just put the front picture of the home that we sold, the price, and we marketed to that neighborhood within a certain amount of miles away from the home that we sold. And but contact us if you need to buy or sell.
How many cards do you send out at a time?
Usually around 250.
Okay.
How's your response rate been?
It's been great.
That's awesome. That's exciting. That's exciting.
Great in terms of what? Anything specific, or you get leads periodically? That's why you're still doing it, and you turn some of those leads into closings.
We get leads periodically, and we do it most of the time. We do it with every house, whether we're the buyer's agent or the listing agent. We send it out.
I love it.
Smart.
Well done.
Yeah, excellent.
Well, Jim, here's the fun part. Tell her what's in store.
This is the fun part. We appreciate you chatting with us, Carolyn, and we want to give you a chance to win a Prospects Plus gift card, good for almost anything on ProspectsPLUS.com. All you have to do is answer a super simple trivia question. Are you up for that?
Simple, but often very tricky and misleading. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
All right. Today we have a simple true-false question for you, Carolyn. If you get it right, you win the whole thing.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here's your question.
You got this.
Hummingbirds can fly backwards. True or false?
Oh, now come on. That doesn't even seem fair, does it, Lisa?
I feel like I know the answer to this one.
Okay,
you never really know if a hummingbird is coming or going, so I don't know how you're going to answer that question.
She's from Wisconsin. They couldn't get out during the snow, so they had to look out windows just to observe the birds.
Is that what that was?
Yeah,
all right. Carolyn, do you have an idea if that is correct or not?
I'm ready. I'm going to say true.
She's saying true.
You're saying true. All right.
Be good to her.
Show me true.
Oh!
It is. Hummingbirds can fly backwards.
Wow.
Congratulations, Todd. What does Carolyn win?
You know what? We're going to be extra wonderful to you. You not only get the $100 gift card, we're going to give you some swag from the Take a Listing Today podcast and a signed book, Become a Listing Legend. Great to meet you. Thanks for being on our show today. You were great, Carolyn.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. I'll reach out to you, Carolyn, with all your prizes.
Thank you very much. We'll talk later. All right. Carolyn was a big winner there, and she's sending out her just sold postcards, which we recommend everybody do. Right? You want this one?
And
Nice
at
catch.
least I caught it, and it didn't.
Right.
What put an eye out? Like
We need to
saying, what's
we're gonna
the
get her some
famous
goggles.
Christmas movie?
Right.
What's the Christmas?
Christmas story,
A Christmas
right?
story.
Yeah.
You're gonna put an eye out with that.
Did you like her answer, though? So they get a bunch of leads, and they're turning a portion of those into closings. So, and that's magic.
And that's why they keep doing it.
They keep doing it, right? It's not even
250. So 250 jumbo-sized postcards. That's next to nothing.
That's
to
like
sell.
that's like a recurring thing. I mean, people don't send out 50 or 100. They're always like 200, 250, 300.
So you spend
tells us
you
something.
spend what,
Right.
$170 or something to send that out, and what do you make on one listing?
Exactly. What's a commission?
Yeah, 7, 9.
Even one
grand.
side of a commission that pays for it many times
I
over.
want that life where you invest that little and get that kind. Boy, if only the stock market worked that way.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. Well, thank you for joining us today and learning all about how to network your way to more listings. Hopefully you got something out of that. If not, come back next week. We'll have something else for you. We'll try that one. See you later.
Don't give up.
Take care, you guys. Bye bye.